Like this quote that Sydney Banks said in one of his presentations because it's so easy for me to want to go deeper and understand more, and there's always more to explore, and transformation is so amazing and fun for myself and being in that with others. But the whole point is enjoying life. And the quote that I've heard Sydney Banks say was, if you're listening to this, and this was back in the days when they had cassette tapes. So if you're listening to this cassette, you're listening to this tape, and you have a good feeling, you have a nice feeling, throw it out the window and just go live your life. And that is such a good reminder because it sometimes can start to feel like there's always something else to be, always somewhere to improve. I can go deeper, I can have another experience. But if I'm in a nice feeling right now, whatever that might be, that's it. I got it. That's the whole point. And I can stop. And what if it's that simple when I show up with somebody else? What if just resting in a nice feeling, I don't have to do or say anything to help this person, to reach this person, to make the world a better place? I probably will. Because I find that when I'm relaxed and just enjoying my life, it's a lot easier for me to, like, things just come through without my trying. It's a lot easier for me to know what is mine to do to make a difference, what words to say, but it's not in the words. That's what I'm reassuring. That's what's kind of occurring to me lately because it takes all that pressure off. I don't have to get it right. I can just show up and be, period, full stop. And it's such a nice feeling that the whole world gets it in some way because we're connected. And I think that's really a beautiful gift.
Yeah, yeah. And one of the things for me recently is I just became um a registered practitioner in the three principles world. Yeah, which is fun. You know, and it's also something that I feel very comfortable in this community, sharing and talking about whatever we talk about. In other words, finding it easy to be myself. But then people who are outside of knowing what the three principles are, and now you've announced yourself to the world as a three principles practitioner, people are like, well, what's that? And there's part of me that kind of hiccups a little bit, like, or kind of dreads that, well, three principles, well, they're sitting, how do you even start talking about it? But what was really interesting for me was there were a few people who I talked to. This was before I was a registered practitioner, where I just said something like, um, I just found something that really, really helps me. And the person, these were phone conversations on the other end, were like, really? Tell me about, you know, and there was something in that, like without saying anything, like I'm getting chills now, even as I'm like remembering that, just by saying I found something that helped me. And you see how the other person responded without saying anything about what it is, how it works. That itself felt very powerful. And so that's kind of an example too, maybe, just being simple, being yourself.